Hello darlings, and welcome back to my channel. Today is Freebie Friday and I am bringing you my favorite for the month of March. I have been trying to make this video for, well, since February, and oh, I did my nails, by the way. Aren't they pretty? And I'm kind of glad that I didn't make it in February because I actually have more products now to talk about. I'm not going to continue on rambling. I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into this. And you guys should already be able to guess the first thing on my list. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So if you don't know about this palette, first of all, I don't know how you don't know about this palette if you watch my channel. But this is the Morphe James Charles palette, and it has everything you will ever need in a palette. It is amazing. This palette sold out within like seconds the first time it launched, and every restock ever since. So I was very lucky to actually get my hands on this palette. It's still sold out. I don't know when there's going to be another restock. Sorry to show you something that you can't go out and get right now, but you will eventually be able to get this again, I'm sure. He would be dumb not to continue to restock this because it is that good. You may run into some difficulties if you are a beginner, but this palette is a great learning tool for $39. This is just a really, really good palette, and like I said, sorry to show you something that you can't get right this second, but I'm pretty sure that they will restock it. I have used this thing in multiple of my looks this month, and I planned Makeup March kinda so I could use this palette a lot, and I have used it in a lot of looks. So, and now I currently use one of the colors in here for my eyebrows. Not today, but I usually use a color in here that matches almost perfectly to my hair color, and I just love this palette. Now, there is one thing that I have to gripe about this palette. This is the insert. This also has all the names written on it. While I've got majority of them memorized from using this palette over and over and over again this month, that's not going to be the case with everybody. And you're going to want to know. And you're not going to want to keep this with the palette. It's going to slip out. I've already removed it from its box. I don't care if it gets messed up. I know I said this in a few videos back that I was going to keep it in its little box like my precious. The box is now on my shelf to where I can see and appreciate the artwork there. It's fared quite well in my drawer. So that is the only gripe I have, is that I have to put it back in every time I use it. And honestly, once I memorize every single shade, it's gone. Next up is something that you guys have seen on my channel. I've talked about it quite a bit. It is another Morphe product. It is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This stuff works so good, and it's mainly because it's continuous and it's a very, very fine mist. It smells good. It brings it back to skin. My makeup doesn't go anywhere, and it's affordable. So I will have the prices for everything linked below. I'll have links to purchase these items below, things that you can purchase. I think it's like the second item I ever purchased from Morphe. The first being the Jaclyn Hill palette, which I used on my eyes today, along with the Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette. I used those two palettes today on my eyes. But anyway, Jaclyn Hill palette was the first palette that I purchased, and then this was the second of Morphe, and then two brushes. If you're looking for a decent all-over setting spray, then I would definitely go with the Morphe one. That's just my opinion. A lot of people are not on the Morphe train. I'm kind of on the sidelines because they have some good products, and then there's some products where I'm just not interested in trying. They have a lot of huge palettes that have a lot of colors in them, so I would definitely check Morphe out if you are interested in large eyeshadow palettes for a relatively decent price. They're usually in the $35 to $40 range, and they're not bad quality at all. Like, the shadows blend very well. I've never had any issues with the Jaclyn palette or the James Charles palette. I would definitely recommend that. The next thing on my list is from Urban Decay. It is the Urban Decay Brow Blade. I believe I have used almost all of this. Yeah, that's all I've got left in the pencil side of it. And then I have the marker side of the Brow Blade. And this is my favorite part because you can mimic those hair strokes right in the front. And I don't have any brows. I plucked the mess out of them in the 90s and they never grew back. So I don't have brows. I draw them in I get to change my shape. I get to change the color. I kind of like that, but at the same time, I really want to get them microbladed so I just don't have to fuss with them. But now that I'm going to continually change my hair, I think it's fun to have like rainbow eyebrows. This item is a little more on the pricey side. If you're looking for something that is similar to this, you could just use a felt tip eyeliner and do the same thing, which is what I was doing prior to purchasing this. But this is a really good product. If you love Urban Decay products, definitely look into this. This is the darkest shade though, so it's not very dark. It's not black. It's called Dark Drapes. I wish it was darker, but it is not quite as black as I would like it to be. But you can build it up and then you can apply powder on top of it. And yeah, I really like it. And I plan on picking up some other shades. They're all just natural hair color shades right now. I think having those variations in this form is good to have in your kit if you're a makeup artist or just, you know, someone who does makeup often like me. I'm no longer freelance, but if the occasion arises, then I probably would. So Urban Decay Brow Blade, yes, definitely one of my new favorites this month. So this brand is called Bad Habit Beauty. If you've never heard of them, they are pretty much a dupe company. They dupe higher end stuff, like the palettes that I have dupe a lot of the Huda Obsessions palettes. So this next thing that I love is actually all my palettes, lipsticks, and highlight kits that I have purchased from Bad Habit in the last couple of months. The quality on these eyeshadows is really good. I have no blendability issues. I don't really care about fallout. It's not an issue to me. If I know that I'm going to be working with a very highly pigmented shadow, I don't do my foundation first. If I know I'm going to be working with something that I can easily brush off, then I will do my foundation first. It just really depends. So I'm not really set into like a routine of how I do things. It just depends on the eyeshadow that I'm doing for the day because the eyes are the focal point for me. So if I have some fallout, I'll just take care of it. It's not that big of a deal. It doesn't affect the palette to me. Staying power, pigment, blendability, those things are what I look for in a palette. And just basically if you put it on your eyes and it disappears within an hour, I'm not here for that. So none of these palettes have done that. And yeah, so I'm just going to jump in and show you. I will link my video right here where I unboxed, it was already open, but I show you all the palettes, I show you all the swatches and everything. I'm just going to do a rundown of each of these and tell you what the dupes are. But I'm going to start with the Pretty Poison palette because it is not a dupe palette. It is their original palette, and this is what it looks like. It is a beautiful purple palette, and I would definitely recommend picking this up. This palette I've used multiple times through multiple different looks. I love the packaging. It's like kind of like this matte. It's really pretty. It's got like this snakeskin look to it. And not only are the shadow names on the front, they're on the back. So if they for any reason get rubbed off on here, they're on the back. I really love that about Bad Habit. The next two palettes are the Athena and the Aphrodite palette. They are dupes for the Huda Rose Gold and the Huda Desert Dusk, I believe. I'm not sure which one is which, but I do mention that in my video prior. These do not have the names on the back of the palettes, but they are on the palette. This is the Aphrodite palette, and this is the Athena palette. All of them come with mirrors that are decent, and I've used both of these in a couple different looks, which if you're not following me on Instagram, links are all in the description. Check that out. Open that box. Read everything in there. There's all kinds of goodies. But yeah, follow me on there. You can see the looks that I've tagged this palette in. These are my babies right here. These are the After Collection palettes. They are all dupes for the Huda Obsessions palettes. They are much bigger than the Huda ones and much cheaper. So this is the After Charge palette, and I believe this one is for the Gemstones one, the Gemstones Obsession. Gorgeous. In my last video, I had New Life right in the center of my lid. That was what that glow was. This one is one of my favorite palettes out of the whole After collection. I believe After Dark is the Warm Browns Obsessions palette. I'll find out if I'm right. But this is what it looks like. As you can see, my palettes are used. I have used these palettes. I have swatched them. I have used them all in looks. I have used multiple of them in looks. I do use my palettes. I don't just get them for show. This is the After Hours palette. And I love how they look. Like they're so they shine. Look at that. That's so pretty. I just love that. This one I believe is the Coral Obsessions palette. I could be wrong. It might be like the Mauve Obsessions one. I don't know. I'll put it on the screen. All of these have their names on the palette and on the back of the palette. Love it. After Party. I wasn't going to get this one because I have the Huda Smoky Obsessions. That's what this one is duping. And some of the browns, these browns right here, are actually better than the Huda ones. Don't tell her I said that. But really good. So this one is the dupe for the Smoky Obsessions palette. Then this one is the Afterglow collection. Look at that. It's glowing. And it is, I believe this one is the Coral Obsessions palette. I think this one's the Coral Obsessions palette. The other one was the Mauve Obsessions. This one I really, really like. As you can see, there's a lot of brush strokes and marks in that one because I have used this one multiple times. Really, really, really enjoy this palette. And last but not least, the one that started it all is the Aftershock. This one is the electric dupe, and it is almost identical. Her electric one, I believe, is sold out, and it's like it was limited edition or something, so I can't find it anywhere. I do want to get her, like her red palette, her emerald palette, her sapphire. I forget what they're all called, but like they're just completely monochromatic ones. I want to get those from Huda because her shadows are good quality. They're just expensive, and these are so much cheaper. Now, I ordered all of the stuff for Bad Habit from Shop Hush. I don't know the status on Shop Hush right now. Last I checked, it was like 60% off site-wide. I don't know if they're going out of business. I don't know if they're bringing in new stuff. I don't know, but Bad Habit Beauty has their own website, and I believe all of these are sold out on Shop Hush by now. If not, I'll leave Shop Hush down below as well. I don't know what they have left, but Bad Habit has a lot of Pat McGrath dupes. They have a lot of Huda dupes. They have a lot of good stuff. The next thing that I got from them were liquid lipsticks, and someone had mentioned that they are dupes for the Anastasia liquid lipsticks. I'm not sure. I just recently bought a ABH liquid lipstick from TJ Maxx, but these are the colors that I picked up. They were the only ones that were available actually on Shop Hush left. I plan on picking up a couple more because they feel really good on the lips. I really can't say enough good things about them. They really truly are one of my favorite brands right now, and they're cruelty free, so hey, that works for me. The last thing I have to mention from them are their highlight kits. Now these are interesting. They have a cream highlight that you're supposed to put down first, and then on top of that, at the very high point, you're supposed to put the lightest shade, and then on top of where you laid the cream, you're supposed to lay this one as kind of a bronzer shade, like as where you would place like bronzer, and then this one is your blush, but they're all shimmery, and I've used that combination except for the cream. I can't get behind that yet. I will do the whole kit as it's intended eventually one day. I don't know when, but I really like them, and the shades are really pretty. I really like that one. I think that one I've used more than this one. But same concept, you've got your cream highlight and then you have your other shades. They're really intense. I really enjoy them. And again, can't say enough good things about Bad Habit Beauty. Please go check them out. I'm not sponsored. I've never worked with them before. I would love to, but I just love their products and I want to share them with the world. So please go check out Bad Habit Beauty. So the last item I have is something that we all need. That is makeup remover wipes, and I have tried high-end wipes, I have tried cheap wipes, I have tried baby wipes, I have tried MAC wipes, I have tried all kinds of wipes. I have tried just using toner, the makeup eraser. I still have my makeup eraser. I use it on occasion too. These guys smell so good. They are just by the brand Pure and Gentle. They're makeup remover wipes. It's enriched with aloe, green tea, and cucumber extracts. You get 30 of them for under $1 at Walmart. I saw these the other day and I thought, I need to pick up some extra wipes. Let's see how these are. So they just have the little, the little tear on the top. So I smelled them in the store and promptly bought like 5 or 6 of them. It takes off everything. It takes off liner, it takes off lash glue, it takes off my brows, my foundation, my liquid lipsticks. It takes it all off. A lot of healthy stuff like aloe, green tea, and cucumber extracts. Like I said, it is dermatologist tested. It's alcohol free. It's oil free. It doesn't hurt my skin. It doesn't burn. It doesn't itch. It doesn't do anything but do what it's supposed to do. And they're rather large. They have like elasticity to them too. Really, really like that. So those are my favorites for March. I'm so excited to talk about these products because I actually truly love every single one of them. I do have some new items that are going to get an honorable mention, and they are both from Ulta Beauty. Right here, these little guys right here. And the first thing is the Hydrating Face Primer, mineral oil free, paraben free, coconut water for hydration. This stuff smells so good. It kind of reminds me of lip balm by the way that the end is. It's a thicker primer, and I have had no issues using it. I've had no issues with my foundations, and I've been trying out a bunch of different foundations lately to try to find my holy grail. Everything I've used with this has been great, and it smells so good, and my face feels really good when I use it. Pick this up in a little like goodie bag that had a whole bunch of products in it. It was on clearance for like $12. Go check out at your local Ulta. It's like a little pink bag, and it has all kinds of stuff. I'll insert the picture right here. This is all of my loot that I got in the little bag for like 12 bucks. So yeah, go check that out at your old local Ulta. If you want to just try it out, I mean, it's a steal for getting all that stuff for like 12 bucks, but I'm pretty sure they sell this on their own, on its own as well. I also got this in the same little kit, which is the Nude Matte Eye Primer. It reminds me of a paint pot. It reminds me of the consistency of a paint pot. It's thicker. I like the way that it feels on my lids. I like that it covers all of the pigmentation on my lids. I am purchasing both of these in the full size pretty soon. So yeah, guys, that is it for my March favorites. I hope that you've enjoyed spending some time with me today. If you're new here, my name is Wendy, and I make a video every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you are notified when I upload a new video. If you like my content, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. I hope you guys are doing well, and I will talk to you in April. Bye! Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to... What was that? Use your words. I'm wearing a dress today. And highlight kits from Really Body. And those are the Huda... why can't I say that word? And I don't really know the status of Shoppa's Hush Tesh. And that is the Ulta Beauty. So yeah, guys, I hope that you spend, So if you enjoyed my, if you enjoy my content, please hit, well, and I will. I really hope that you guys have enjoyed my channel today.